Hold on one second.
Thank you.
Libya.
Nice.
Yes. This is amazing. Hold on one second. I just need to do something with my phone so I can make sure my sound is right.
I followed you.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, my friend. All right. Hold on for me one second. Let me just get my phone situated. Oh, man, this is so cool. This is what I love about Clubhouse. You get the opportunity to meet people from all walks of life every single day. Oh, my goodness. All right. So let me make sure I got this. Hold on one second. I'm just making sure my phone is ready to go. I'm just working with this new system over here. You know, yeah, connected to Clubhouse. And so, yeah, got my mic. Does my voice sound okay to you? Can you hear me clearly?
What?
Oh, wow. I said, can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, wait a minute. One more time. Okay. All right. So, now, did you just say that you are from Libya? Did you just say you're from Libya?
Did you just say from Libya? Yes.
Amazing. Oh my goodness, it's so nice to meet you. And how do you pronounce your name? Is it Mota?
No, my name is Ahmed.
Okay. Oh, I see. Is it?
Do you know this name?
No. So I'm reading your name, and I see Mota ALA MAMY. So how do you pronounce your name?
Mota. This is my fake name.
Mota. So I got it right. Nice to meet you, my friend. Okay, so this is what I love about Clubhouse, because you get a chance to meet people from all over the world. So you're in Libya right now. So I have a question for you. Right now, I'm in the United States, right? Yes. And so right now it is 9:06 a.m. where I am. So what time is it where you are?
And 3.
Did you say 3 p.m.?
Yes, 3 p.m.
Wow. Oh, that's so cool.
That's so cool.
That's too cool. All right, so it's 3 p.m. So, okay, I wanted to say welcome to Clubhouse.
3 hour difference.
Huh?
3 hour difference.
Yeah, well, actually, a lot more than 3 hour difference, because it's 9 a.m. here, and if it's 3 p.m., that's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. That's a 6 hour difference. You know?
Oh, yes.
So I see you have your party hat. So, you know, I want to say welcome to Clubhouse. And so because you have your party hat, that means that you've been in Clubhouse for under a week now. Is that right? Can you hear me, Mota?
Yes. What you see?
Oh, I'm sorry. So I wanted to say welcome to Clubhouse. How do you like it? How long have you been here? A couple days. You've been here. Well, I can see you have a party hat. Well, let me ask you this. How do you like Clubhouse?
How do you like Clubhouse? 1 minute.
Yes. See, this is the beauty. Beautiful. You get to meet people from all over the world.
Yes,
you know.
Yes. I consult with people.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I take it you
in the world.
Yes.
I love this app.
Yes. So how are you feeling today? How are you today?
I'm good.
That's good.
What about you?
I am doing great. I'm great.
Yes.
I get the opportunity to hang out with good people and have some positive conversations. So I'm great. I'm hanging out with my people over here. In fact, on Facebook. Where are my people? I just saw you. Okay, now I lost you guys. I'm on Facebook as well. Facebook Live, hanging out with the good people.
Did you have an email Facebook?
Yes. So on Facebook, I'm at Aaron Hill TV.
Aaron?
Yes, Aaron Hill TV. And it's like my name in the bio. So yeah, you can find me. But it is really nice to meet you, my friend. I will
send you requests.
Yeah, in fact, I have a public figure page. So that page, you don't have to send a friend request. You can just go ahead and follow the page. Just type in at Aaron Hill TV, and you will see a red and black profile picture. A red and black profile picture that looks just like the one you see here, but it's red and black. And if you follow that page, that will keep you posted with everything that I do. So yeah, so nice to meet you, and I hope that you enjoy this conversation. Mota from Libya.
I will send you a friend request on Facebook.
Okay, and like I said, you don't have to send me a friend request because the public figure page doesn't take friend requests. You can just follow the page. My personal profile, I'm at the 5,000 person limit, so I can't accept any more friends on Facebook. Hey, Levon, how are you? Good to see you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can't accept any more friends on Facebook. So if you just type in Aaron Hill TV, and this is for anybody who wants to type this in to connect with me on Facebook, just type in at Aaron Hill TV. A lot of people are following my personal profile, but I'm at 5,000 friends limit, so I can't accept any more friends, which means if I can't accept you as a friend, then you can't even see the new goodness that happened to me as recently as yesterday. So with that, just follow me at Aaron Hill TV with the red and black profile pic. And again, you don't have to send a friend request because you can just follow the page. So thank you, Mota. And nice to meet you. Yes, and it's nice to meet you. I want to also say hello to Levon. Levon, how are you today? I hope that you're well. Thanks so much for stopping by. And if you'd like to come to the stage, by all means, we'd love to say hello to you. We'd love to meet you. I started this room December 15th. And so when I started this room, I had the privilege and the opportunity. Oh, Mota, I'm gonna actually slide you back. Actually, you can stay here on the stage, or I'll slide you back to the audience. But if you're on the stage, if you could throw your mute button on for me, that would definitely be cool. And if you want to hang out and just listen in the background, by all means, you can hang in the audience if you like. You want to hang in the audience, Mota, or you want to hang on the stage?
Sure. Yeah. I just try to tell you, have a nice day, my friend.
Yes.
I will go to work. See you later.
Yes. Thank you, Mota. You have a nice day too. Yes. Such a pleasure to meet you. Yeah.
Thank you. Goodbye.
All right. This is what I love about Clubhouse. It's so cool because you get a chance to meet people from all over the world, and guess what? Love and caring and kindness is the universal language. And so what I love about that is it means I get the chance to meet people here every day where, even as we try to work out our language differences, there's one commonality that speaks all the language. And that's when you hear someone who cares. And speaking of those that care, again, I see my peoples here. Once again, it's so nice to meet Mota from Libya. And then I want to say hello to my good brother T. What's up, family? Oh man, so good to see you as always, broski. Real talk, man. We got so many great things happening. That's what I was telling Mota, and that's what I'm telling Levon. So many good things happening on a day-to-day basis in the life of Aaron Hill. And so y'all know me. My goal is always to share. So with that, if you'd like to come to the stage, I would love to share with you. I would love to say, hey, first of all, to your beautiful face, see how you doing, check in. And also to all my people that's hanging out with me here on Clubhouse. First of all, what up? On the words of Edafly. I so miss Edafly. I'm gonna have to get her back up in here. What up, though? So I'm extremely excited to share with you all. If you're on Facebook, come on over to Clubhouse. All you got to do is just download the Clubhouse audio chat app, and you can find me at Aaron Hill TV. So I'm excited because Levon Mota, my new friend that just popped in the room, who I apologize, but I don't want to butcher your name. I just want to say that I'm excited to show you all a picture this morning that is probably the most meaningful picture for me of 2021. Man, bringing tears to my eyes just thinking about it. And so I have so many people that are heroes in my life every day, as I'm heroes in their lives as well. And two of my newest heroes, I want to show you all, I want to introduce you all to my new friends, Beth and Dave. So again, if you want to hang out with me on Facebook so that you can see this, if you're not already on Facebook, then you can find me at Aaron Hill TV. And yes, for the day, I will have to, actually share this on my public figure page, because that's the one I'm broadcasting to right now until I can get my Restream.io info fixed. Get technical difficulties, y'all know how it goes. But for those hanging out with me here on Facebook, I'm going to share this also to my public figure page. So you can find me at Aaron Hill TV. Look for the white and black or the red and black profile pic. And again, I want to show y'all my new friends. So before I do, I want to say hello again to you too. I'm also going to ping a few friends in, see how the family's doing. But if you'd like to come to the stage, by all means, throw up a wave, come on to the stage. I'd love to say hey, love to say good morning as we continue with this great conversation. Let's see if my homie Mike is around. Mike Gaddy, a person who is bringing so much love. Talk about brother from another mother. Oh my goodness. Bringing so much love on a daily basis through his podcast, the Patterson Park Podcast, which I was on along with my mother. Having a great time talking about all things related to like these things, accountability. Hey, I'm pinging all my friends, trying to see what's up with the people. Oh, the homie Clarence Ward III is in Clubhouse. Man, it's certain people who, like, I want this Clubhouse thing for everybody. There's a few people that's close to me that I'm like, man, oh my gosh. The colors of you, the colors of you, the colors of you will shine through. See, this is what I like about Clubhouse, because y'all remember this tune. And this tune is definitely, well, you might not remember this tune I'm playing in the background unless you're a Jay Dilla head. This is Colors of You, Colors of You. But when I think about this, it makes me think about that tune. I'm going to learn this on the piano. It's going to be my next tune I learn. One of my favorite tunes. I see those true colors shining through. Hey, see those true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid, to let them show. I'm trying to tell y'all, that song right there, that's like one of those songs where, like, after that, I don't know the rest of the words. I'm about to actually look this up on Google, because this is one of the next tunes I'm going to learn on the piano. Look, I'm on Google, typing in Google. I'm funny. So this is, let's see what's True Colors lyrics. Oh my gosh. This has been my favorite tune since I was a kid. It just speaks to me so deeply. Even before I could really even understand the message. The one thing that I could understand is colors, because we all understand colors. colors of you, the colors of you, they come through every single day that you put one foot in front of the other. Every single day that you raise up out of your bed, put your feet on the ground and just say, let's get it. It's another day. Let's get it. It's another day. Let's get it. Don't quit it. Another day. Because you're too legit to quit. So every day that you do that, you're letting your true colors shine through. Just want to remind you of that today. So yeah, that's going to be the next tune I learn on the piano. See those true colors shining through. True colors. Y'all going to hear me playing that. Not only playing that, I'm going to record that too in one of my serenades. So speaking of serenades, today is Street Serenade number 128. Let's get it. So I would have did all 8 fingers, but my phone was in my hand. I did the bruh man thing. It's like 1, 2, 8. Like that's 5 fingers, bro. What you talking about? That's because I'm trying to hit up my people on Clubhouse. You know, the cool thing about Clubhouse is that all it is just like one big ass 3-way call with all your friends. But you get a chance to break the barriers and meet new friends from all across the world. That's the thing that makes me excited every single day as I'm in this ecosystem, this environment called Clubhouse. So I want to say what's up to my people. Again, if you are hanging out with me here in the audience and you'd like to come on up, I'd love to say hey to you. I'd love to check in, see how you're doing. And as I started this experience on December 15th, my main goal was to set an alarm for myself so that I can get back up in the morning at 6 a.m. and be driving full force throughout the day, 7:30 a.m. So I was like, you know what? This Clubhouse thing makes sense to me in theory first, because I'm like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that this is like even more intimate than live stream? Because I get a chance to actually hear people's voices? You mean to tell me I don't have to worry about my hair and my makeup? I haven't started wearing makeup yet, so I don't know where the hell that came from. But like, you mean to tell me no friction, very little thought, because hey, we just hang out on the phone. I don't have to worry about getting prepped. I don't have to worry about, you know, producing anything or recording and like, oh my gosh. And I don't have to worry about how I look. Like I could be in bed doing this like I am right now. No, I'm just kidding. If you're with me on Facebook, then you know, oh my gosh, I'm just like, say no more. I'm on it. Let's get it. And so that's what happened. You know, I got on here December 15th, and my main goal was to stand in accountability with as many people as I could as I stood in accountability for myself and just doing what I do every day. But then when I realized that like something as simple as your kind personality can make all the difference in the world, like your true colors shining through was like more potent than putting up a post or putting up a picture, because of the fact that it took it all the way back to the original, where we started as human beings, as social human beings, literally talking to each other, one word at a time, one sentence at a time. Our true colors would shine through. Come on, y'all. That's just what it is. It's the greatest app on the face of this earth. And I actually wrote a manifesto about it. Like the guy used to say on In Living Color, like the hit go. I'm going to share with y'all my manifesto about Clubhouse. And the thing that allows me to be here every day that I can. That's why I miss my people so much these last couple of weeks. Because I'm like, man, do you understand All right, I'm gonna show y'all. In fact, I can, like they say, in this case, I can tell you, I can say it to you. Even better. Let's see. Here we go. So I wrote this back in December when I jumped on this app. Within less than a week, I was convinced that this was the most significant and important thing on the face of this earth. For any kind of connection, any kind of growth, any kind of thing that you were trying to take to the people or connect with people around, your true colors would actually be appreciated. This would be a place where your true colors would shine through. And when I realized that it was even more potent than live stream, because again, even though I'm on live stream, it's still nothing like being able to hear your voice, where instead of waiting for you to type something and me look at the context and say, what does she mean by that? Okay, let me type back. Hey, this is so excited to see you. I love you. I want to type that shit back. I just want to tell you. And be able to hear your voice as well. So I took it back to the basic of human interaction, connecting with each other through verbal discourse. Which the other day I heard somebody say it as actually verbal intercourse, and I was like, really? And that just goes to show, I've never looked up the word intercourse outside of the info that I got from the school of life. All right, so here's my Clubhouse manifesto. I wrote this in December. I said the Clubhouse app is the answer to all of humanity's problems. And yes, I said all. And I also want to throw one other thing in there, because it's not just the app. It's like Paul said. Paul is the owner, one of the founders, Paul and Rohan and Anu, doing good work here. Shout out to you, real talk. Paul said the thing that I like most about what we've created, like we're grateful in the same way that everyone else is because this app would be nothing without the people. And that's all we're about, is the people. And I knew that even before hearing those words come out of their mouths, like real talk. I knew it. So I wrote this. The Clubhouse app is the answer to all of humanity's problems. And yes, I said all. Here's the reason why. It teaches us how to be a better humanity, how to work together, have conversations, and check our egos at the door. You have to, if you agree to download the app, listen in, or be a part of the conversation. Here's a few things that you have to do, and you'll willingly do it because you see that it works directly for you. You have to listen to other people's opinions, both in alignment with yours and not. You have to allow others to speak and learn how not to interrupt. You have to be mindful of others. Be your real authentic self. Treat others with respect. Help people versus just selling to them. Be accountable to others. Be empathetic. Be honest. Say thank you and please and exhibit decent manners. And even disagree amicably. And the list goes on and on and on. And the literal development of this app, every week when they're doing product updates, when they're doing the stuff that doesn't even have to do with goodness and kindness, it just has to do with turning the gears. The literal development of this app is the continuation of that journey of how to help human beings express themselves, be able to work together in harmony, be heard, find their tribe. Like, it's really that deep, y'all. It's really that deep. So the literal development of this app is a process of the creators learning how to help us to be a better humanity. The principles that we have been saying for years, the positive principles that we aspire to live by, It's what the foundation of this app is built on. And so that's why when, as this thing has been unfolding for only the last year, because it's only a year old, April to be exact. Well, let's see, March 17th to be the exact birthday. But like, this has only been under a year, and yet not only is it changing people's lives all across the planet, but it's revolutionizing how we actually connect and how we harmoniously work together. And so while everybody during this year, you've had some great conversations around it, some people who appreciate it, and then you have some people that feel completely different. It's one of those things. All opinions are welcome. Like I said, I went into this room one time. Even when I saw the title of it, I'm like, okay, this should be good. In fact, I'm familiar with these terms. These terms are warm and fuzzy. I went in there. This damn room might as well been called the pessimism room extreme. Like extreme pessimism 101. Like I was like, God damn, they could not have been saying more negative shit about Clubhouse. But even in that, it still illustrates my point. Because the thing I could at least appreciate was that here was an environment where I had a difference of opinion, so I could be able to be welcomed into a conversation to say, hey, I hear what y'all have to say, and I guess, okay. But what about this? Maybe look at it this way. Or here's what I realized. I see what you're saying. So what you're saying is this, but here's something that I realized that I think kind of is in the positive. And it makes all the difference in the world. Like you see it every day here in this app. You hear it every day on the freaking phone. That's all we're doing. We're just hanging out on the phone. I've been calling this telephone 2.0 because all they did was they just added an interface to the phone so that you could actually see and find the interest, find where you want to be. This place is where you get a chance to curate your experience. It's the greatest thing on the planet. Bottom line. So, like they say, tell me how you really feel. That's what it is. So that's why I wrote this manifesto, because I was just like, yo, this is really the greatest thing. This is the future. This will forever change our world. So that's what it is. So with that, I want to do a quick refresh. I want to say hello to all my peoples. Everyone that's hanging out with me on the Book of Facebook. Brother T, one of the things I always am excited about and celebrate are my double dip crew. So I want to make some new double dip crew friends here. Let me see if I can get it while I'm pinging in a few more friends. Thank you, Levon, so much for hanging out. I always say if a person is hanging out as long, they are definitely enjoying the convo. Hey, Levon, how you doing this morning?
Good morning, Aaron. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm good. I've been working, but I've been listening.
Yes, I love it. I always say one of the things I enjoy so much about Clubhouse, period, is like you get a chance to like tune in no matter what you're doing. You could be working, you could be laying in bed, like you could be doing anything, So I love to tell people, I'm like, if you're getting your work done right now, then if you're in your Zoom meetings, some people on Zoom meetings like tuning in, knowing damn well they're supposed to be working.
Exactly.
So
exactly, I'm guilty as charged.
Look, I love it though, and I really mean that. It's why I'm so here for this. It's why I'm so here. So thanks so much for hanging out. And thanks so much for even, jumping up to say good morning, because if nothing else, I absolutely love being able to say good morning to every person that I could.
No, I appreciate it. I didn't want you to think I was just sitting and I couldn't talk at the moment because I was on a call, but no doubt. I'm here supporting. I love your show. I love what you're doing. I love the positivity. So yeah, I'm here.
Thank you, LaVon. I so appreciate it. So appreciate it. It means the world. And, by all means, for me, I always say, like, this is like it's like just having your phone open, calling your friends and just having your phone open for whoever wants to hang out, And it's what I love about this app. You can use it in so many different ways. So I'm so here for it. I hope
it's definitely life changing. It's definitely changed my life. I've been on here maybe 5 months, and just the connections that I've made, the networking aspect of it,
right?
The friendships I've built, it's been great. I agree.
Right. Oh man, I can so imagine. You said 5 months you've been here, so
yes.
Is that? Let's see. We're in month 5 now, so January.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Actually, it may have been December. I don't remember. It was either late December or early January.
Right. Man, that is what's up. Do you have you found that it like has been helpful in your line of work or your passion in life, like something that you're interested in?
My line of work, no, not necessarily, but as far as, so I have a women's empowerment organization, which is also my LLC. Nice. So in that aspect, absolutely. I just wrote a book, which will come out next month, and it's helped with that. It's helped with future things that I've been looking to do. So I've connected with people just from all around the world, different aspects, things that I'm planning to do, just connections all over. It's been amazing.
That's what I'm talking about. So, with all that ranting earlier, I'm not by myself. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. I love it. When I was told about this app, first thing I said was like, I'm already like juggling, like most of us that are on social media, especially if this is a part of what you do for a living, like you're already juggling different platforms. So, you're not really just looking for another platform just to be on one.
Right.
But as soon as I heard that this was live in the moment audio chat, yes, no video.
Yes, absolutely.
No pictures. Talk to the people instead of having to type a million comments, which I love. I do it as many hours of the day as I can, and goddamn it, it's still too slow for how much I have to to connect with people on and just say thank you or just transfer information or message. Like, I was like, oh, I'm sold, and my hooves were dug deep, but I flipped the whole situation around. It was like, boom, Clubhouse first, because I can connect with people, and then that pours into everything else. And that's what it's been.
Yeah, I think for me, initially, it was extremely overwhelming because my friend that brought me on, she gave me no instructions on what to do, how to do it.
So you was wilding out here in these streets.
I was wilding. When I said, man, let me tell you something. I was on this thing till 4 or 5 in the morning, tripping, like, what is this? So eventually I started understanding, but I'm like you. For me, it was the communication piece, because that was the lost part. Right. I feel like we've stopped communicating as people, and to be able to actually have live conversations, that's the best part for me as well. Right.
100%. Let me tell you this, one of the best things in life to help you feel better about things is when you know that you're not alone.
Absolutely.
All of us were on this joint. Like some of us was just like not even going to sleep. Like on this
I
joint,
wasn't
right?
going to sleep, falling asleep in rooms, knowing I had to get up at 6 to go to work.
Let me tell you,
at work,
right?
Dead tired, and could not wait, and still on Clubhouse while at work. Like, it was addictive. It got extremely addictive for me, and I had to step back and say, wait a minute, this is taking up too much time. Get your life, because this ain't it. So I've been there and done that.
Right. The only thing that I'm grateful about with this kind of addictive situation that's completely different than almost every other addiction you can think of on the planet is like, it's at least one of those things where you're like, you have to find balance in working with how much good is coming your way. Like, whether it's the fact that 24 hours a day you can just get the information that you need, or just be around the people you resonate with. Like, it's a good problem to have, essentially. It's like, you still got to learn balance like everything else, because boom. But once you do, I mean, it's nothing but goodness. You know, when I created this space, one of the things I used to ask every person that I met, which 99% of the people that's in these rooms with me every day, and and are people I'm connected to, are, you know, people that I don't know in real life. Now I know them even more deeply than the people I know in real life. But like a lot of us, we've never met. But one thing I used to always ask people when I would say good morning, I'd be like, okay, good morning. You know, how many hours did you get any sleep? And if you did, you know, because we are on Clubhouse, if we did, how many hours did you get? Because first I used to just be like, good morning, you know, how many hours? But then I was like, wait a minute, some of us aren't even sleeping. So it became like an ongoing running joke. But it's literally the reason why I created this room, because I was like, oh, I got to create something that puts me in a place of discipline with this thing. Because if not, oh my goodness, I'll be.
No, I love what you're doing. And you're so right. Like for me, I would sleep maybe an hour or two, and the moment my eyes open, I was picking up my phone.
Right.
So it was almost like, it's the only word I can think of is addictive.
Right.
Because I just wanted more and more and more and more. But I also had to learn things the hard way on this app, because you have to be careful of the rooms you go into, the people that you interact with, because not everybody is using this for positivity, unfortunately, but that's with all apps. So
not only all apps, that's life, Levon. Like I was gonna wait till you finish, but I was literally gonna be like, this is my favorite thing about being able to practice in this app, because everything we're talking about is literally the same thing we're trying to learn in life every day. Like every day, it's the same thing.
I think the difference though on Clubhouse is millions of people at your fingertip. Like we have access to millions of people,
right?
By clicking a button, literally.
So let me correct my statement. It's life on steroids.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because
yes.
Because if you think about it, right, and that's why I love this conversation about proximity, this conversation about balance, you know, this conversation about like knowing when to like literally just take a break, just pull back, just have, you know, is that if we could have it, this is the way we would have it. Like to be able to instantaneously be in connection with your tribe. Yes. So what you do is you take an app where you have, like you said, everybody at your fingertips, and then you work at the same thing that most of us are probably working at in real life, which is staying away from the damn people that don't serve us, staying out of the spaces that are unlike, you know, it's the same thing we learn in life. And I mean that we're practicing in life. And so I like this because of what you just said. Now we have to practice even more discipline. But that's really good, because with all the goodness here, you want to get super disciplined so that you can squeeze the most juice out of the fruit. Like it's amazing to me. So that's why I'm here and encouraging people every day. Like, you know, this whole accountability thing has been about like, what's your goals? And many people's goals have been like, I want to be balanced with Clubhouse. And then all of us will be like, all right, so let's get balanced with Clubhouse. This is when we're going to log off tonight. We're all going to do this together. Like, yeah, so I'm as you can see, I'm just pumped. I'm pumped about this. I'm pumped about everything related to this. And I'm just pumped to talk to you, Levon. Like,
I appreciate it, Aaron. I love your room. Absolutely. I've visited your room off and on, but I love what you're doing. It's necessary. It's needed. It's not enough of it on Clubhouse. I've entered into some situations that I put myself in, and just because I try to find the good in everybody.
Right.
And sometimes when you're like that, you know, you find yourself in situations you didn't ask to be put in.
Right.
So lessons learned.
Yep.
And of course, when you know better, you do better. So
yes, and if you don't do better, you damn sure can't say it's because
you
can't
know
exactly.
Better. So no, I love the word accountability. That's like one of my biggest. Right. That's like, it's necessary in my life. I hold everybody in my life accountable.
Right.
I'm the accountability person for everybody. Like, that's just me. That's another reason that drew me to your room, because that word is big for me.
Right. 100%, Levon. And Levon, I know, you know, I can get so excited. I can forget that people are working and that they got shit to do. So I don't mean, you know, I don't want to hold you up, like, but oh man, like this has been great. And by all means, you know what it is. As you're hanging out, getting your work done, By all means, if you want to chime into the convo, I just so appreciate your energy, so appreciate your consciousness, and so appreciate your presence, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here. I'll chime in as I need to. I appreciate you as well, and thank you for what you're doing.
No doubt. Thanks, Levon. Family, oh my gosh. Good times as always. And again, that's why I always say serendipity plus intention equals life. The serendipity is just like the happenings. It's the things. This is a living, breathing organism in multiple senses of the word, right? That this where we live, what life is, that whole nine. And then in addition to that, you have other people setting intentions, other sentient beings setting intentions. And you have their intentions and the cause and effect of that combining with your intentions. Serendipity plus intention equals life. Now, that doesn't always mean a good thing. That means some of the things that don't feel good as well or that happen, they were like, what the hell? It's just, hey, these are points. They just hit. They hit. My deal is your acceptance of that, even before you go to trying to make it all better, through trying to find a particular meaning or purpose through it, just basic acceptance that's just what it is, to me is the foundation, it's the key to this thing, this path, this way that we call peace. And I think everything on top of that, as far as our positivity and our very, very much deeply optimistic and deeply positive principles, I believe that's the icing on the cake. Because if you can just accept everything that happens, just at that base level, without having to define it, but just saying it is what it is, that's life. It is what it is, that's life. Promise you, that's a level of peace. Okay, now we're talking about that, that thing that passes any kind of understanding you could have. And it's really not, because I just explained it to you, goddammit. So we do understand it. It's just a matter of practicing it. And the way we practice it is by telling ourselves realistic things and leaving out some of the unrealistic things, even when they serve us during times when they are true. But when the inevitables of life happen, they aren't always true. And then we're left with trying to figure out how to make sense of it all. Well, it's a bit easier when you can accept that from the ground up. It is what it is. Things happen. This is life. Serendipity plus intention equals everything that you experience. The things you like and the things you don't like. Acceptance of that allows you to at least move forward and be able to cope with things without being overwhelmingly optimistic to the point of naivete or denial or just being unrealistic. And so on that tip, I say what's up to my peoples again. I want to say good morning to Cynthia. Hey. Thanks for stopping by today. Welcome to Clubhouse. See, you got your party hat. Always love celebrating. Always love celebrating good people. And Cynthia is coming up to say hi. Oh, I'm so enjoying this. This is what I always enjoy. Hey, Cynthia. Good morning to you. I just received your invite and I just sent you the acceptance. So if you see that, by all means, I would love to say good morning, check in, see how you're doing in this thing we call accountability. And if not, if you made a mistake, then by all means, you can just hit can't talk right now. I also want to say good morning to Eunice, Sherry. If y'all like to come to the stage, by all means, y'all know what it is. Go on and throw up a wave. Love to say hey to your beautiful face. Check in, see how you're doing at this 9:47 a.m. hour, at least in my time. Sherry, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey.
What's happening?
What's happening? How you feeling this morning?
I'm good. How are you today?
So far, so good. I got a chance to meet someone from Libya this morning. Yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing, as they say, I'm all good in the hood.
Like, and Libya too.
Like literally.
Right. For sure.
Exactly. Like Libya too. So the homie Mota came through And it was just, I was telling everybody earlier, I'm like, the universal language of love and caring and kindness, it shines through even like normal language barriers. So like Mota and I could barely even talk to each other because we were trying to get over the language barrier. But the thing that both of us could understand was love, and the thing that both of us could share was appreciation. It was amazing. It was amazing. He was just like, man, I'm just happy to meet you. Just want to say good day to you. Nice to meet you. So, me.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah, that's the beauty of Clubhouse. So, and right. Good morning, Levon.
Good morning, Sherry.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I took a break when you started taking a break because I haven't been on here for a while.
Right.
Not consistently. And it's interesting to be back. I think I came in at one point when Levon was talking about, just being really intentional about the rooms that you go in. Right. I've always been fairly intentional about the rooms. Right. Not even fairly. I have been intentional.
Right.
But now even more so. And then, the thing I've always said still holds true. The type of rooms that are running during certain times of the day are very different than other times of the day. So, working hours, I tend to find more rooms that I'm interested in.
Right. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that. And, this is one beautiful thing to mention here. Sherry is the reason why I'm on Clubhouse. Sherry's the one I was talking about earlier where I was like, yeah, I had someone who was like telling me about this audio chat app, and I was like, yeah, I ain't got no time for that. Yeah, I ain't got no time for that. Like, I was singing a song, you know what I mean? But
yeah, you were.
But on the flip side, which is where I always try to keep the balance, I never knock anything. I'm always like, I'm open to it. I'm open to listening. I'm open to hearing. I'm open to even exploring and experiencing. And so that's what I did. I downloaded the app, and I was like, oh yeah, not only can I do this is what I'm doing. And this just cuts through and makes it like 169 quadrillion times easier, because I don't even have to worry about what my face looks like as I make the craziest face known to mankind on Facebook in front of the world.
As my girlfriend say, you don't even have to worry about whether you put on lipstick or shaved your legs.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, yeah, it's the beauty of Clubhouse for sure. And then also what I like about it is you can listen to it in the background. So, right. It's really talk radio through your phone. Let me rephrase that. It's like satellite talk radio.
Right.
And, you can choose what you want to listen to, when you want to listen to it, how long you want to listen to it. Mm-hmm. And you can change the channel if you're not feeling it.
Right.
Or 7.
So, right.
And there's some really heavy hitters in here that are dropping knowledge and information and making connections.
Right.
So even if you're working or doing something else, you can listen and connect with them and follow up with them later. So right. It's still by far my favorite app.
Look, let me tell you something, Sherry. Let me add to that. All that goodness that you just said. So here's the other thing I like about it. That if your ass get triggered when you go in some room or you keep showing up in some rooms, you can't blame nobody else but your damn self.
See, I can't with you. Levon, help me out, sis. Like, what?
Am I lying, though?
No, you're not.
That's all. Oh right. My gosh, man.
Go in a room and they're talking about foolishness and you stay in the room.
And you stay your ass in there.
It's on you for sure.
Look, when I do my 5-0, and I want to pause for a second and say hello to Cynthia and Audrey. Thanks so much again for hanging out. Oh my goodness. Good morning.
Audrey, how are things in the ATL?
Yeah. Oh, you know what, Sherry? Now this is funny. This shows how long we've been on here. So I got to ask you a question, Sherry. that, you know, I wouldn't ask you under normal conditions. And
Oh God.
I know she's like, oh my gosh, what am I preparing for? Would you like to be modded up?
Oh wow.
I know, right? I actually had to ask you that. Like, isn't that crazy?
Oh wow. I feel so special. It's like, oh my God. Did she say yes? I'm gonna say yes. No, I'm just like.
She said yes. Oh my gosh. All right, now I just put a green bean on it. I just put a green bean on it.
You put a bean on it. You're hilarious. I can't with you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and so now, as you know, one of the things, and it's just a sidebar for everybody that's here, you know, one of the things about, now use this again, this is another one of those places of balance. Balance is key. We all say it together. Balance is key. You know, when it comes to the moderator badge, one of the greatest parts about it is that as you are in a room, when you make another person a moderator, then all their tribe knows that they get a notification to let them know that they're speaking in a room, and that chances are, you know, that their people might enjoy it. Because again, this is the beauty of this ecosystem. It's the same thing we're trying to do in life. We're trying to just curate our in the moment live experience to be with and to connect with the people that are about what we're about and into what we're into. So that's one of the cool things about, you know, the mod thing, but use it with caution, because you don't want to just mod everybody up, because then you'll actually have a complete mess. And once again, you'll be able to blame it on no one else but
yourself.
Your damn self, you know. So yeah. So anyway, now Sherry's friends will know that she's here, and more people will come in that know her and that are interested in what she's interested in. And speaking of which, by the way, if you also like to ping in a few friends who you think would enjoy this beautiful conversation, hanging out here for at least the next half an hour or so, you know, sometimes I put in OT, yo, I know how it goes. Then you can do that too. Go ahead and ping in a friend, and let's continue this conversation. But yeah, Sherry, you know.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So what have you guys been chopping it up about? Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock. What time are you, is this the bewitching hour?
Is this the bewitching hour? Oh my gosh, I have no idea. Oh, and I forgot to say, Cynthia, Audrey, if you'd like to come to the stage, by all means, throw up a wave. If you'd like to join in the conversation, or just say hello, as we stand in this thing called accountability, just having fun with life, by all means, you can throw up a wave. And if not, you just want to continue to listen to this in the background, you can do that too. So Sherry, we've been talking about legacy. Yesterday was all about legacy, like what it means to you, you know, what it is, you know, how we define it. And it was so beautiful because we had so many people chime in that were just coming from different places. And one of the things I was telling the brother Eric was like, you know, legacy is what you make it. I'm so happy that people have the word legacy coming out of their mouths, even as we look at each other going, that's your legacy? That's what the hell you want? But at least we're talking about it so we can keep the conversation going, to be able to keep it defining and growing, you know, and just, so we were talking about legacy yesterday. And I know you popped in probably around the time when we were starting to get into the thicket of it. So, you know, if you have any thoughts on that.
I popped in yesterday when you were closing out the show.
Oh, that's right. Last word, right?
Yeah, right. Literally, you were saying goodbye when I popped in. No, legacy is important. I just had a conversation with my daughter about this. And I think I maybe even shared some of it with you, because we were talking, you know, about business, and I had wanted to start a subsidiary business and partner with her.
Right.
And she decided she didn't want to partner with her mom.
Right.
And wanted to partner with somebody else, and then wanted to know why I was offended.
Right.
Like, absolutely offended. And I told her, I said, but here's the thing. Every business owner, let me just be really transparent. As Black people,
say it.
We create businesses. For us, even more so, we're creating it to create legacy
Oh,
and
Sherry,
to create
your phone
opportunity.
your phone is breaking up a little bit. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Say that last
Can
part
you hear
again.
me better now?
Let's see. Try it again.
Can you,
I heard you say that. Well, let's take it from the top. Take it from the top. You were talking about.
okay, first of all, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you much better.
Okay, so what I was saying is that particularly for us, I think every business owner creates businesses and wants to leave legacy.
Right.
But I think for us, ethnically speaking, that we need to create businesses and create legacy and opportunity.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we don't have money and land and things to leave to our kids the way that other races have been able to, right? And so that being said, you know, what I was saying to my daughter is I started this business with you in mind. Now, I started late in life, and that's cool. That's not a problem because your mama can do it.
Right.
But I created it thinking that at some point in time, you know, either the money from the business will be there for you or the business itself will be there for you to have. And I said to her, you know, no matter who you are, if you're a multi-billion-dollar, you know, business owner or a small business owner, everybody, you know, if you want to involve your child in it and the child chooses to go a different way, then so be it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it doesn't mean that I don't get to experience disappointment because you choose not to accept any part of it.
True.
And, you know, and so she was not feeling that I was, you know, disappointed. And she was like, I don't understand. You shouldn't feel that way. No, you don't get to tell me how I feel. I feel the way I feel. And I do what I do. And that's the thing. Our children don't understand. Like, literally, every breath that we take is about them. You know, whether intentionally or subconsciously. But once you have children, your life is about that child.
You know, I think you're saying something. I think you're saying a number of things that are very poignant. When I think about, you know, as a father myself, I think about what it means to, first of all, have an immediate attachment to my child, whether I want to or not. I tell you, it is a real interesting thing, and not to go off in this direction. This will be, like they say, another sermon for another day. Is like, I don't really actually understand. Well, I guess I do at this point. I was going to say I don't understand how you cannot have that immediate pull towards wanting to be there for your child and like your whole life taking on a new meaning from there. But I do now, especially with what I've been studying with attachment theory. And if you did not have an attachment to your caregiver, if it wasn't there for you to expect, then it's easy for you not to have that connection, even if you birth a child. And so I say that for all the people that are, you know, are not those people that are connected. But anyway, let me. I don't want to go off. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I don't want to go off on that either. But let me just say this to add on to what I was saying is that while you do a lot of things and your child is, you know, you do it for your children. Here's the thing that I've gotten very clear about over the last 4 years is that you also have to do it for yourself. And particularly in the latter years, you know, the 40 and over, the 40-ish and over, or, you know, because you have to have some drive for you. What are you going to do? What are you going to accomplish? Who are you going to be? And, you know, and that in itself, your drive is your legacy. You know, how you showed up is your legacy. So even if it's not about a business or money or houses or any of those things for your kids, what does show up is you. So how did you show up in life for your children for them to be able to say, okay, my parent did this, so I can do that? Because particularly Black and brown and yellow kids need to know that they can do anything. They can have opportunities, and where there is no opportunity, they have to create it. And that's 100%. Been the journey for people of color in this country in particular since we got here. So, you know, don't sit down and just be like, oh, I'm just going to do this. Like, you have to understand that you're leaving legacy at every opportunity. And the words you say, the way you show up. And This one is for my girl Coco. You can't abandon yourself. Coco
Right.
knows what that means.
I love it. Let me share something with you, Sherry. So I appreciate everything you're saying. And I'll even just mirror a little bit. It's important for you to know, as much as what I understand part of what I understand you to be saying is that what is important for you to know is that while we have these dispositions for our children, it's important to also understand our own path and understand our own life and being there for ourselves, while we also are working to be there for our children and not losing sight of ourselves. Now, I think that's such a beautiful thing. I want to peer also into something else that you mentioned earlier. And this is for you, and this is also for all of us as parents. It's something that I've been studying and learning, even in my formal study of psychotherapy and just really getting in family counseling and these kind of things. So one of the things that I hear in what you're speaking is something that I would see, how could I phrase this? How could I label it? When two people are missing each other because they're both trying to be understood in the same way. I'm gonna start there. When two people are missing each other because they're foundationally, they're trying to be understood in the same way. All right. So here's what I mean by that. As a parent, we have things that we desire for our children because we feel in many good ways that this is of their best interest. Why? Because we have to raise them. We have to show them the way. And even as we're finding our way, we at least the best we have to offer them is the way we know to this point. Even if we, even if we're still working that out, and even as we are still growing as adult children, right? From the perspective of us just growing. So we give them the best that we have to offer. Many times that equals mama knows best kind of thing, or papa knows best. And then sometimes it just equals like, I'm still learning too, but I at least feel strongly about this. Now in that, that's an extremely good thing. On the opposite side of that, you have the same thing for a child, especially as they grow. And when they get to certain ages where they're, able to start designing their life in the way that they desire, and even for themselves saying, this is what I think is best for me. Then you have the meeting of those two worlds, where you have some things that are true in both areas. Then you have ultimate truth, which is more so personal than it is like based on facts. You have the whole idea, like we were talking about yesterday. We were joking earlier in the show yesterday, talking about legacy in different forms. So went from like deep legacy about positivity and taking over the world in a positive way and all that kind of stuff, to like laughing about sitting on a couch and that being your legacy, or eating sunflower seeds and that being your legacy. Like we were joking and tripping, but in that joking was actually these serious points, which is that legacy is what you make it. All the things that we desire as parents are things that are subjective. Now we know that, we accept that, but sometimes it still causes a clash in that basic place of two people trying to be understood foundationally in the same way, and that's why they're missing each other. One of the things that you said, Sherry, was you said with regard to your daughter earlier, you said that you were offended because of with the business and with her not appreciating it and wanting to be a part of it. And then you said, yes, I have the right to be offended. You said that she said, I don't understand why you're offended. And then the next statement that came out of your mouth is, you don't get to tell me what I should or shouldn't be offended about. Now, what I noticed in that statement was that it was actually an apples or oranges thing, even though you said them two together and one as a response of the other. And so what I mean is that her saying that wasn't telling you how you should feel or not feel. But also, furthermore, I see what's going on, because this is something that happens with all of us. What it is foundationally, you desire for your desires to be understood in the same way that she does as well for herself. And you both want acknowledgement of the other, that at the very least I understand what you are saying is for you. I understand it. Even though I might have a difference of opinion, I want to first start with saying, I just have to accept, and I'm telling you that I accept that what you're saying is for you, is for you. What that does is, at a foundational level, it makes a person actually feel heard, and it actually opens them up to make them feel like they then can hear the other person's opinion and even can trust or build trust. But if that's not there, then the person doesn't feel understood, and then it bounces back and forth. Both people feel the same exact way, not heard and not understood, but they both take it as the other person does understand, and they just either aren't being compliant or just aren't appreciating or what have you. And it may be the case that they don't want to do that or that it doesn't work for them. But foundationally speaking, though, it's that part of like when you have a loop that happens because foundationally both people just feel like the other just doesn't even care to understand how they feel before they offer their opinion or their advice or their loving opinion or advice or offering. And so I wanted to point that out to you because it's something that I noticed, but it's also something that I recognize we deal with this a lot, because there's a very, 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 very fine line, a splitting hair between being right and being love, or being right and being the most loving. And sometimes what happens is we miss being loving because we already feel that we're right, so we don't realize our tone comes off in a way that doesn't actually feel loving, and we can't hear it because we know what we mean. So I want to start there. I'm gonna stop rambling. I want to start there because there's something that I observed, and I wanted to.
I'm gonna have to say I agree with you. Particularly with our kids, I think it's easy for that to happen where you have that misunderstanding.
Where the kid where the kid doesn't understand.
Where your child doesn't understand, and also
us
right.
Yes. And all I'm saying is, since our children aren't here with us right now, I'm just starting with us, because of what I see is I'm seeing where we do it, where we don't actually realize it, because again, our intentions are so pure that we don't realize how we're coming off. I have, this happens to me every day. And when I recognize, I'm like, oh, so us first is really why I'm dealing with it here. Because yes, it can happen with our children, but we don't realize a lot of times when it's happening with us. And then what happens is our children's actions just purely look rebellious to us, and that's it. But it's because we don't see ourselves as clearly. And this is what I noticed. Last thing I'll say, and then I'll definitely shut up and open the floor too for anybody else who wants to come up and chop it up. When I was playing in church, I was 21 years old at Ebenezer AME Church, and I worked with all the choirs. I was working with from the senior choir all the way down to the youth choir. Because I was so young, I could relate directly mostly to the youth as far as understanding. And I noticed a quietness about them. I noticed like a subtle thing about them. And that was, I could see how they were in this same position many times where they knew what the elders or their parents or the people that had been assigned over them, they knew what they wanted from them. I'm sorry. They knew that those people had the best intentions in mind. So they took that into account when those people offered suggestions about things or programs or whatever, anything that they were doing. But there was a time where they would get quiet when they understood that their desires weren't being considered at all first. And they could appreciate that these other people had good things in mind, so they would go along with them. But I noticed a very still and quiet place where they understood where they weren't being understood. And even though they were young, they could see it. and they knew why. They just knew that the elders wouldn't be able to hear it, so they just couldn't really express it. And so they just will wind up just going internal and just finding their own way, or just taking from what they were given, just being like, all right, I guess this is the best we're gonna get, because they don't fully understand us. And even though they're trying, they're not starting with the most important point, which is first acknowledging what we're saying we desire and what's for us, even if after that they're like, now based on that, here's what I want to give you that I think might be something you might want to think about. It just wasn't coming in that order. It was first starting with the, here's what I've done for you, here's what's in your best interest, here's because I have so deep love and intention, here's what I'm meaning in good. But it was stepping all over top of, first, what is for you? What do you desire? And is this okay for you, even though I feel like this is the best thing for you? So I realized us, it's a place that we miss, even though we think that the actions we're looking at with our children is actually a result of them just not seeing themselves. So I just wanna offer that, because I see it.
Wait, say that last statement again.
I said that we see it sometimes when this shows up in our children's actions or behaviors, we see it as them not appreciating or understanding what we feel, or what our intentions are, or what I love, like all of that, when it's really, it's not that. We're the ones mistaking it as that. I was freestyling, so I can't even remember exactly how I said it, but maybe somebody else did. Maybe somebody else did.
I get where you're going. Okay.
Yeah, we see it as something. We're the ones that has it misconstrued at times, thinking that it's one thing when it's actually not that. It's something else. But they eventually, and this is for anybody on the face of this earth, like when you don't feel heard, you shut down immediately. When you don't feel heard, every opinion that comes out of a person's mouth, you have something to say immediately. That's because you are used to, in some ways, kind of not feeling heard, even though the person just feels it's because you're young and you just don't appreciate it, you just don't understand, and you're entitled. Nah, sometimes it is that. I'm not saying it's never that, but I just recognize when we as parents don't see the other side of the equation, and we don't see ourselves in it, and we see the expression that really is a result of ourselves as something that's them and something that's an issue that they have. Yeah. So I want,
Okay, I
go
got
ahead.
you now.
Yeah, sure. And I'm definitely curious for sure, if there's anything that resonates with you for that, or anything you have to say in relation to that. And also, I want to do a quick refresh and say, anyone else here, I want to say hello to Dylan and Hope. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here today. Your presence is always. If you'd like to come to the stage, by all means, throw up a wave, hang out. Would love to just say hey. Would love if there's something that resonates with you here that you'd like to add to the convo, by all means. Great convo. Talking about legacy, and then talking about how we show up as parents, and even as we're working with our children. So Sherry, yeah, I don't know if there's anything from that you that resonates for you,
Yeah, no, it definitely makes sense, and I understand what you're saying. I think that's absolutely a possibility.
Yeah.
So, but I definitely, felt some kind of way about my daughter, and, unfortunately, she took it personally in a way that I didn't mean for her to take it, but.
And here's why. And the reason why is because you took it personally. So because you took it personally, it then made her take it personally, because what she was essentially feeling again is, oh man, she can't get out of her own feelings to be able to understand how I feel right now. So once again, it's just being seen as I don't appreciate or I don't understand. And so
Well,
Again,
no,
yeah.
it definitely wasn't that I didn't appreciate or understand.
She didn't feel that, is what I'm saying. Not that it wasn't that. See, because again, what you're explaining, and I'm sorry to cut you off. What you're explaining is your intention, and you're explaining where you were coming from. But what I've now realized is, as we know, that's different than maybe how the person experienced it. So yes, you're right as far as how you intended it, but that's not what she felt, or her response would have been different. It would have been different. It would have been, and again, and I'm sorry to belabor because I don't mean to do that. But it's just that I see a prerequisite step that, yeah, we just don't see. We just don't.
In other words, I missed the mark on that one.
And I do it every day. But it doesn't mean that everything else from there is void. It just means that you might not see the trigger of it. And again, I only know that from observing and being like, oh yeah, this is clear to me. It's clear. Only because I learned this same before even, studying it in school. I learned it in application of being that person on the other side and being like, damn, why is it that as much as I'm trying, why is this not understood? And why? Oh, snap. This person is experiencing me do the same thing that I'm experiencing from them. And I didn't recognize that because all I could see was just what I was feeling based on my interpretation of the situation. So yes. I want to say, let's say good morning to Dylan. Dylan, good morning, brother. How you doing, man?
Good morning. Good morning, Miss Sherry, Miss LaVon, Aaron. Hey, you know what I think might be missing for me? I'm a parent. And I think it's that I get imbued with this sense of power kind of as a parent. Mm-hmm. But I realize that I kind of withhold the comfort of understanding when I do that.
Oh my God. Hold on. Whoa,
and it also creates a sense of separation, right? Because that's
gracious.
So if I get imbued with this idea of, and I'm right, I'm totally right, and they're wrong because they're kids, right? Mm-hmm. But that I'm imbuing myself with this sense of power, and I forget that it creates a sense of separation. And I mean, it depends how you grow up. That can feel closer than that closeness, but I think understanding is so important, and as a parent, it's so hard to navigate that, to be right, but to understand that they don't understand and to have that be okay.
Oh my goodness.
And so it's hard. Like I have two boys and that's super duper difficult. So I didn't want to hog the stage. I'm actually masking.
You're brother. You could not. I'm gonna start. My new name for you is like Dylan Jim, like Dylan Jim, Dylan Jim Gill. You always drop a gem, man, that is so profound. What you said is so on point true. Sometimes, and it's power, but it's also just, we have a natural responsibility to our children that we just feel that like we're good parents. We're trying to be good parents. So when you have that, and when you feel that responsibility, when you even put it on yourself, you can't help but be that way sometimes. But it does shut off the valve of understanding. It's hard to do the two things at the same time. It takes practice. Now I'm gonna give y'all something to completely just take this thought and throw it far left field for you, because I want to shock you with this. So I'm gonna prepare you now. Now it's not triggering in a negative way. So there are two things. When Dylan said that, so many metaphors come to my mind, so many imagery and metaphors, my imagination. That's how I learn things, and so many different examples of seeing the same thing. When Dylan said that, when I have this power, it shuts off the understanding. It made me think about something very natural to life, which is that you cannot urinate and have an orgasm at the same time. And the reason why I mention that is this. Now, it's very natural. So I'm using this for example, because the valve shuts off so that you can experience one thing. You can't experience the other. They're contrasting experiences. And so in this same way, that is, Dylan, you dropped the gem of all gems. Even if you got to leave right after this, bro, you just set the room on fire to me, because that's the way you phrased it. that's what it is. That's what it is. Sometimes that place, that power or that desire, that deep loving desire can shut off our valve to understanding in the moment. And it's easy for us to not realize it, which is why we're talking about it. Wow, Dylan.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me share. And honestly, that's only, that's a catalyst from what you said. When I was listening to what your thoughts were, I was like, wow, that totally is, I feel that. And how do I relate and how do I act on that is that I sometimes feel imbued with that power. And if I don't realize that I'm creating a separation with my child, let alone, I use that as with people, like when I try to relate to humans, like if I think I'm imbued with any kind of, even being imbued with something isn't bad,
it's not bad.
It's just when you come across as like an authority or a power, like, and that creates power, and that's that creates separation and not understanding. So to find that understanding, it's hard to navigate, and especially in this world, like with my kids, I'm trying to set them up to navigate in this world, and it's it's a tricky. I think if they see you struggle, then they'll know and understand that it's important. Maybe if you're real, they can see the realness.
Yes, and let me tell you this: if you're real about this same journey, and if you know that this whole thing is a process, it's definitely hard. Here's what makes it doable. It's literally like my shortest quote. I just read it yesterday. I said, awareness is the game changer. Just the awareness, just what I'm bringing up, what you're bringing up, what we're talking about here, it allows it to be where we at least know that in those moments of power. That's it. That's what makes all the difference, because you just are more aware. So it gives you a broader perspective to be able to make some different decisions to navigate. And what I find in my own learning is that since I've been a student of this communication thing for the last, at least now 3 or 4 years, and like actively like seeking growth in communication and putting myself in situations to do that, it has given me exactly that awareness. So now I'm just more aware. I still have the same ability to make the same mistakes, but because my awareness is greater, that I can be in over my head, I can be the one that's causing it and not knowing it. It just gives me that much more ability to make a different choice and a decision in the moment. And that's all it is. Oh my God, that's life. It's just that journey. And I focus on progress in the process versus perfection. To me, perfection is progress in the process. That's it. Like, because that's as good as it gets. And that's a good damn thing, goddammit. But that means you're doing better than you did yesterday. That means you this time you might have you understood in a way that you didn't last time, which then made the whole situation work better. So yeah, Dylan. So Dylan, what you did, like you said, it was piggybacking off of what I did, but I love how succinctly you put it. Because you know me, I'm a long ass dude. I got 3 hours to fill up. Oh man, much love, Dylan. Look, I'm rocking Jay Dilla, and so I got Dilla and Dylan in my mind at the same time. Hey man, it's always a pleasure to see you, and this is why I celebrate you as a parent, because it's about progress every day, not perfection. And our children and everyone else that comes after them, and everyone else who we touch and are in touch with every day, they are the beneficiaries of this kind of awareness, this kind of opening up, so yeah. So is there anybody else who has any thoughts as well? I would love for you to share, by all means. One of the things about this is, this moment that we're having now is that we're talking about legacy, right? And we're talking about people that impact you in deep ways. And man, I've been wanting to share this all morning, and it just happened yesterday, but I'm so excited about this. So I want to share with you all 2 of my new friends on this legacy journey that have really impacted my life in a very special way. So first thing I want to do is say hello to Gwendolyn on Facebook. Hello, Gwendolyn. I want to thank you again for your donation. Thank you for your support. Just thank you for you being you. Gwendolyn says, good morning, Aaron Hill. So glad to see you in action. What a great demonstration of how the universe will work with you. 100%. If you work it, it will work. And so my way of working that was, after a couple weeks, let's see, we're right now, 2 weeks now. About 2 weeks ago, my vehicle was stolen. And so I immediately, after feeling the impact of it, I immediately used that slingshot, that pulling back to pull forward. And so I sprung straight into action, of course, in transparency and vulnerability and honesty and all that kind of stuff that I practice and I live every day on purpose. And I shared with my community all the things that had transpired because of all the pouring out that I've done over these years. And so being able to share with my people. And what happened was what I already knew, which is why I wasn't afraid to put it out there. My people came to my side. People have been supporting from all over the world via donations, some large, some small, all significant, all huge for me, because they all mean the same thing. It's the thought that counts, not the amount. So with that, I'm celebrating everybody today who has poured in. And then I also want to share with you, if you're over here on Clubhouse and you like to hang with me on Facebook, I'm going to show you two of my new friends, Beth and Dave. I'm going to share my screen here on Facebook. I'm at Aaron Hill TV on Facebook, at Aaron Hill TV. Right now I'm broadcasting on my personal page. So shoot me a friend request if you're not already friends. And so I'm going to show you all Beth and Dave. So I'm excited about this. So Beth and Dave are two people that stepped up after seeing my story and decided that it was laid on their heart for them to gift me with a free car. And so completely humble. Yes, LaVon. Oh my goodness, LaVon. Completely humble. So grateful. So grateful. So they heard about my story from a friend's timeline, and they decided that they wanted to come on over and let their colors show in the form of this kind of donation. So if you're with me on Facebook right now, then you are looking at my new friends. Meet my new friends, Beth and David. They're two of my biggest heroes right now during this time in this process, who felt an overwhelming amount of empathy in their hearts after hearing my story and gave me a free car to help me out. This is why I give as much love as I can freely every single day, unapologetically, and why I'm always eager to be unapologetically transparent and open about my journey. So if you are here on Facebook, we've been celebrating them so much since yesterday. They actually put up a message where let me see if I can find it here so y'all can see it on the screen. They were like, oh my gosh, we're so embarrassed about all of this attention. We're just grateful. We're grateful to be able to give. And so we've been given so much, and so we give. And that's how we love. That's how we share with each other.
Aaron, can I add to that?
Please do.
I'm not sure if the people here on Clubhouse know what exactly happened.
Well, I just told them my vehicle was stolen.
The beautiful story, but the beauty of all of this to me is that this is where social media goes right. This is the beautiful part of what social media was intended for. Yeah. And this is where we get back to using social media to be social and not sell stuff and not just, floss on how great your life is. This is where we connect. This is where we are allowed to be human. Right. And we also grow it in an international way. People who may not even know us, just 3 weeks ago, I had the pleasure of meeting someone in person that I had never met before, but met them on social media. So, social media has great aspects, and we don't talk about that enough. So this is exciting. Someone donated you a car because they saw that yours had been stolen. That's freaking amazing.
It's absolutely amazing. You just said something that took me back to my Clubhouse manifesto, where I said, Clubhouse app is the greatest thing on the planet. But then I added, plus the people. It's the people. Social media is nothing but the people. You know, all these platforms, like Paul said here about Clubhouse, are purely blank canvases without the people. They're just white space. And so, like you said, you know, people, we got good people out here that's out here in these social media streets doing good things. And so you're right, Sherry, you know, and it's why this has been a duplicate of my life over and over and over again since 2006 when I jumped on social media. It's just seeing this as a tool that I can use for good. It's neither good nor bad. It's white space, like a wall, you know, or not a wall because you're not supposed to be drawing on walls, but a canvas is a white space. So an artist can put something on there that we look at and resonates with us in a positive way, in a loving way, in a calm or peaceful way, or they can write some hate shit on there, and it could be very toxic and hurtful. The canvas is nothing. It's the people behind the canvas. And so that's what I'm celebrating today. You know what I mean, Sherry? Like, man, it's the people behind the canvas. So Beth and Dave, I just want to give you all a huge shout out. It just means the world. And so not only that, so if you look on my Instagram page, I have a video there that shows Street Serenades number 127, hanging out with the good people at Patterson Park. And speaking of which, I'm going to tell you all where I'm going to be today so that you can join me as we keep this thing going, this thing called life, and spreading love and positivity in every way possible. But Street Serenades 127, look at that little video. It shows me getting some of my things back and just rebuilding. It shows the people rebuilding with me. Shout out to Carrion, who made a sign for me this past Saturday and sponsored the Patterson Park Street Serenade. Shout out to all the people that you see in the video who I don't know, all screaming Street Serenades, and I don't know any of them, but I know every last one of them because I know my tribe, you know, and we know each other, even when this is the first time we've met in life. So it's just great. It's just great. And I'm celebrating. Today, I'll be at the Roland Park Farmers Market. Roland Park Farmers Market, if you're here in the Baltimore or surrounding DMV areas, I'll be there from 5 to 6:30. Street Serenade number 128. Oh my goodness, 128. Also want to say hello to our friend Sarab. Thanks so much for hanging out. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. And thank you for stopping by. You know, I'm just excited. So today, Street Serenade 128, Roland Park Farmers Market, 5 to 6:30. And then Saturday, unless the locusts, you know, drop, unless the locusts attack, I will be in Ellicott City. We'll be back in Ellicott City, Street Serenade number 129, Aaron Hill Trio, 2 to 5:30. I start off with a 2 p.m. solo piano set. The trio comes on 4 to 5:30 p.m. and the locust will be on the entire time. The only good thing is it's not a whole lot of trees in this area. In fact, it's only actually one tree where we are, and that might be chopped down by the time we get there because I might get there ahead of time. Yeah, so good times. Looking forward to good times this weekend. And I'm looking forward to Sunday because on Clubhouse, in addition to tomorrow morning show as normal like today, on Sunday we're back to the 5M experience. That's music, movement, meditation, mindfulness, and mantra. A 2-hour experience where we hang out, we chop it up about good things related to self-care. I play some music. We do a whole bunch of that good stuff. So I want to say that. I want to say hello to Janine. Oh my goodness. Serendipity plus intention equals life. So Janine is someone who, I believe this is the same Janine. I've been meeting a couple of Janines over the past couple of days. In Clubhouse, you meet so many people with the same name. But I want to say shout out to Janine who, when the brother Tamba Giles did the fundraiser for me the other day, she donated, she shared, she's been following since. Much love to you. Yes, so as we're rounding out this experience, I just want to say to you that I want you to have the most amazing day today on purpose. And I'm just grateful. Grateful, and it's not based on things being positive all the time. It's just based on being grateful, because I'm grateful for life. Got my peoples here. How can you not be grateful? Especially when you have people like Maria that just pops in your room like out of nowhere, you know, the serendipity. Hey, Maria, how are you? Hope as well. Yes.
Hi, Maria.
Hey, Maria. And of course, Maria, you know, if you'd like to come up, by all means, and if you can, I'd love to say hey to you.
I really want to, I didn't get a chance to say to Dylan, though.
Yeah.
Thank you for dropping jewels, Dylan.
Yes.
That was really, you know, you can't even put value on it. So thank you so much. That was good. And I think it's good for us as parents to be able to bounce off of one another, because you know what? Parenting doesn't come with a manual. So thank you, Dylan.
Wow. You nailed that. You're so right. Oh my goodness, so right. Maria, let's say good morning to Maria. Maria, hey.
Hey, good morning, my peeps. I've missed you.
Oh,
My friend, we missed you too.
Let me tell you something before we get in, because I'm now about to get so excited. Right before we jump in, I want to say good morning to Josh. Good morning to Jordan. Thank you so much for hanging out, by all means. And if you want to come to the stage, we'd love to say hey to you. And if not, and you want to listen to this in the background, by all means, thank you for stopping by. Maria! Oh my gosh! I get to hear your voice. Oh my gosh. It's so good to hear your voice, Maria.
Oh, I love you guys. And Sherry, that should be a quote. It should be posted everywhere.
Yes.
Parenting doesn't come with a book.
Manual. Oh my
yes,
God.
With the manual.
Right? Listen, now that you said it, that might be my Instagram post today. I think that should be it.
Ooh, yes. Oh my goodness. And you know what? When it comes to parenting, like I've been going through some challenges right now. And it's very easy for me as a mom to go into the space of I should already know better. I have all this self-development. You know, I know all of these things. And what I'm grounded in is that I have never been a mom of a 21-year-old
before.
With a 7-month-old before,
right.
And nor have I ever been a mother of a 15-year-old before. So this is all new.
And you've I'm sorry, and you've never been this age in life, still learning. Like, oh my gosh.
But we forget that because we're chasing this. I need to be perfect. And now that I have expanded in my wisdom and my knowledge, I have to show up every time. Yeah. And that's not real.
Right. That's not realistic. One of the things we were mentioning earlier, Maria, that goes right along with this is like, and Dylan mentioned it and we chopped it up. It's like, I just mentioned it. I focus on progress in the process over perfection. Progress in the process. That's as perfect as it gets, people. That's why I don't support it. I understand it, but it's the reason why life changed for me as far as like focusing on entities that are based on perfection, because it's not relatable to what we know in life. But what helps us though is understanding progress in the process. Because here's the other thing that Dylan mentioned. Sometimes as a parent, you can get so caught up in your intentions, your beautiful, loving intentions for your child, that you could be missing the mark on just understanding your child, or understanding that your child has their own path, and that you have this predisposition to be there for them. But sometimes, whether it's being there for them or, like you said, trying to be perfect, it can get in the way of being realistic about life and being balanced, as a parent. So, you're just,
amen to that.
Goodness.
Whew. Woo. That is definitely, and I love what you said about the progress.
Yeah.
I'm continuously discovering to just be delighted with the progress and the process.
Yes.
And just fall in love with the process. Damn, let's fall in love with the process. Yeah. Every single day, I choose to fall in love with the process.
Yes.
I'm doing
Wait, hold on. I had my hands in dishwater. I had to go about Maria, girl, yes. That's the one that you should post. That should be quotable. Fall in love with the process for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that into a post too.
Let me tell you.
I've been doing I'm in the middle right now of creating a whole series of posts around self-forgiveness, because I'm going to be doing a free workshop in my private Facebook group about self-forgiveness. And boy, is that ever so important. Yes. I am dealing with a client right now that in itself, like when I work on self-forgiveness for an entire month with my clients, and working through that month with her, like what she discovered about herself was just so brilliant. Yeah. This woman is seeing now that she can create her career instead of feeling stuck in it. And now she's completing her yoga certification, and she's creating a whole new business. And it all came from the fact that she was stuck because she wasn't forgiving herself. And there was this thing about perfectionism. And there was this thing about I'm not good enough. And so I don't deserve. Oh, that one. Man, that one is really something. When we believe we don't deserve, that in itself, it just keeps us stuck. It doesn't let us create our lives.
Hence why I don't, even though I grew up in it, hence why I do not support any philosophy that says, that starts off from that place of you're undeserving. You should be grateful, but it's because you don't deserve this. It is counterproductive to everything it means to be a human being, to blossom and grow at the highest realms. It's just that at one point in time, we thought that we would be arrogant if you didn't start from this place of positivity and not from that downtrodden place of you don't deserve. Oh gosh, let's get rid of it. It's never been helpful. It's just a time period that we've been going through. Yes. Thank you, Maria.
You know what I'm seeing too, just quickly. Every time, like, I could be gone for weeks, and every time we fall back into the conversations, it's like we picked up exactly where we left off. I have never had a conversation here with you, Aaron, or anybody here, Sherry, or anyone, where it didn't just flow.
Right.
It's so beautiful. I feel so nourished.
Yes. And you nourish me. That's why I'm so happy to see you, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you, Dylan, like everybody here, it is exactly that, and that's what I love about it so much. This is what it is. We're continuing on this same journey. When I think about this process, one of the things that I want to read to you real quick is something real quick that I wrote on process. Is right within my, let's see, love the process. If you learn to love the process, oh my goodness. So when I think about process, again, I think about process and I think about progress in the process, right? Progress in the process. So if you learn to love your process, you'll learn to love your life. One of the keys to success is loving your process more than your final product. One of the reasons why is because honestly, your process is more potent than your final product, y'all. I promise you, on everything I know, your process is more potent in this world to other people, to yourself, to your children, to everybody. Your process is more potent than your final product. The reason why is because it's evolution. Like, evolution understands itself. Like, it's just one path. We're growing, we're unfolding, we're evolving every day. So process and progress is the most understood thing on this earth. This is why, okay, I'm gonna jump to another topic real quick. This is why when it comes to social media, if I'm consulting with someone and I'm helping with them, like, I'm trying to show them how their each and every step of the way is actually, it goes deeper than trying to go behind the scenes and create this polished kind of thing and produced and script and all this kind of stuff. Like that, the only thing that's able to be done with is worshiped, not related to. That's only able to be worshipped or idolized, but not directly related to where it gives a person that step-by-step motivation. Because what we understand as human beings in this experience, we understand process and progress. So if you love your process, you'll willingly and happily put in the time needed to manifest the greatest product possible. So learn to love your process more than your final product. The journey, the destination is the journey, people, not the other way around. That's what it is. So I'm going to also open up the floor. Dylan, Jordan, if anybody would like to come to the stage, if you have any thoughts about this, as we wrap it up here in this next 10 minutes. Oh my goodness. This is where we are. This is what it is. Everybody, let's say good morning to Jordan. Jordan, good morning to you, my brother.
Good morning, man. I just wanted to say, Aaron, that you were just speaking to my soul with what you just said there. As you were speaking, it was like I really had to take notes of what's really going on in my life and really just give gratitude for every moment, because this journey has been absolutely, not what I intended or expected, but it's been the best thing for me and for my growth. And so I'm really enjoying the journey, and I'm starting to shift my mindset into what you're talking about. It's like everything is going to be through the lens of how is this helping me become the person that I need to be? How is this helping me? Like, what's happening now? Just being present in the moment and just sucking the juice out of life instead of, I'm usually a very fast-paced person, and it's always on to the next. Right. I go to a party, I'm there for 5 minutes, on to the next.
Right. I get it. Yeah.
And it's been beautiful just learning how to be present.
Yes.
And be still.
Oh man.
And just take the juice out of life, moment to moment to moment. And thank you for what you said there. I appreciate that,
brother. You, first of all, man, and this is again one of the things I say here regularly is serendipity plus intention equals life. And so, man, it's a pleasure to meet you. Oh my goodness, it's a pleasure to meet you, and for you to say what you're saying and how it resonates, because it mirrors back to me exactly like the output and my intention and just what I feel. I like my bottom line motto. One of my favorite mantras comes from Mahalia Jackson. If I can help somebody, then I know my living isn't in vain. And since I already know my living isn't in vain, I just like to spend my time helping people as I try to help myself with these realizations, this refocusing, this bringing things into the light to shine on them and to talk about them. And so, man, it just means the world that resonated with you in that way. Wow. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm gonna tell you so when you popped in, I have a friend who she may actually pop in here, and her son's name was Jordan, although it was spelled differently. And when I saw your face, you all look alike. Now he's transitioned actually.
No, I thought it was just me. I was like, is this one of Jordan's friends?
Yeah, and I thought
the same thing, Aaron.
Wow. And I thought that I know that they were saying that that they were setting up a page. Well, she told me at one point, Coco told me that she was thinking about setting up a page, or they were going to. And for a second, the only difference is that Jordan, your name is spelled Jordan, and his was On. But wow, it was like one of those doppelganger moments. And then to hear your voice, like I've only heard his voice because I never met him in life. He actually transitioned before I met his mom, and then I would find out about his story. But long story short, I mean, I know I'm kind of going deep, but like even the way you talked, I was like, wow, like, man, it's just a moment. I texted her, in fact, I was like, wow. So, bro.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
and you know why, Aaron? You have to come to Canada because we're all in Canada.
Yes.
Coco's here. I'm here. Jordan is here. I actually know Jordan, and he is one of the most beautiful souls I know. And it's so beautiful to hear him speak and say what he said.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. And his you just moved. I was moved. Now you just launched me. Like I was moved because the last thing I was thinking, and I hadn't even gotten to it, was I was like, I don't wonder where he's from. I was like, it would be really crazy if he's in Canada. Yo, this is
Absolutely,
bananas.
he is. He doesn't live too far away from me.
Bananas.
Actually, Jordan, I want to see you soon. At least talk on the phone for now.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love what you just said. I think that would be an amazing conversation on Clubhouse. You know, you guys, about the process in you know, the fact that we have all these intentions and we make all of these goals and we have all these expectations and we plan out and map out the way we want our life to go. And that's all great. It's great to do that. And it's also equally as important to leave the spaces for flexibility for the way that things are going to go that we may not expect. And just embrace all of it, and what can we learn from it, and how can we expand from the things that we didn't expect in our lives or we don't want in our lives, but they show up still. That's
so on point.
The ones that have shown up that I didn't want or expected,
yes,
are some of the ones that have taught me the most in my life, because they have taught me patience, they have taught me forgiveness, compassion, like truly how to love. Because those are the ones where I've been like, I don't know what to do.
This is where I give you so much credit, and I give you, and I want to say hey to Tara. We want to say hey to Tara. Hey Tara, good to see you.
Hey, sugar. Hi, Tara.
Our good friends, Tara. By all means, Tara, if you're hanging out, you'd like to come to the stage, by all means. You know, you just said something, Maria, that again, it these things just pop up in my mind. You know, you just talked about how you're taught in this way by these individuals. And this is what I appreciate about you, Maria, because if it weren't for you having awareness and being open, you couldn't learn. A closed fist never received anything. You know, someone said yesterday, a closed mouth never, well, I was just saying a closed fist never received anything. And you, in your openness, is what made it possible for you to learn from the younger generation in that way. You know, I just appreciate you for that. And I also appreciate the experience before you that led you to that place to be able to do that. Because that's all we've been talking about today. All we've been talking about. Hey, Coco. Yes. Go ahead, Marie. I'm sorry.
That's so beautiful. Thank you. And I just want to say hi to Coco. My goodness, I haven't seen you in a while. Mm-hmm. It's so beautiful that we're all here.
Hey, lovely Coco. Hi, sister.
We love you, Coco.
Hey, Aaron, I wanted to say real quick before the conversation evolves.
Yeah.
I would love to connect with that person you guys were talking about earlier.
She's right here next to you, brother. Believe it or not.
It's Coco.
That was fast.
Hey, family, how you doing?
Hi, Coco.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, beautiful.
Hi, all. Oh my goodness, it's good to be here in this room again. I've missed you guys so much. Right. And Jordan, man. So, Aaron, did you tell Jordan why? You sent me a message, Aaron. So, What's going on?
Well, okay. So I did briefly just say that, like, when I saw him in the audience, I was like, whoa. And I had mentioned that at one time you were talking about setting up a page, and I explained, not in deep detail, but I explained, the transition and why and how I knew you and learned about, your son. And so I remember at one point you were telling me you all were thinking about maybe setting up a page for him. And when I saw this, I was like, whoa, wow, because I happened to see his face and he kind of resembled him in his name. And then, of course, you're Jordan, I was telling Jordan here that his name is spelled O-N. But it was just one of those serendipitous moments where I was like, wow. And then Jordan came up and shared. And Maria knows Jordan as well. And he lives in Canada. I was just like, wow. It was just a moment.
Wow. Well, hi, Jordan.
Greetings. Yeah, you know what's funny? I just went to your Instagram page, and I don't know where I've seen him before, but I have seen him before.
Yeah.
Very, very, very close. I am in Toronto, yeah.
So have you heard of JV, the Herd, or Spoken Herd, or are you in the spoken word poetry world at all?
You know what? My ex-partner used to be a poet, so that could have been the connection there.
Yeah, because he did a lot of shows and things like that. So I always, my heart always warms whenever I see a Jordan, because it's like, oh, I miss him so much, but I know he's so present. And I always look at this as different ways that Jordan is speaking to me, like, hey mom, I'm right here.
Yes.
And, we're all one, we're all spirit.
Yes.
So I'm grateful for your presence, Jordan.
And awesome. I'm glad. If I can channel him in any way that brings you joy, then I'm glad to do that.
Yeah, it's actually happening. So you'll have to forgive my mom's voice. I'm already like, Jordan, hi. You could be like 40 or something. I'm like, hi, Jordan.
Listen, I got 5 moms. You could be number 6.
Yes.
Are you eating properly? Did you get enough rest?
Right. Listen,
what are you doing with your life? What's with the bank? How are you doing with your career? What's up?
And I was just telling him, we just met today, for the first time, and Jordan came on up because I was sharing. We were talking about. Well, you were in here earlier when we were talking about just parenting, and we're continuing on with the conversation. And he was mentioning that something that I said really, really resonated with him as he looks at his life, and so, wow, this is just a great conversation. Oh my goodness, we got Etta Fly with us. Etta Fly, hey, what's happening? Coco, what's happening with you? How are you?
Well, I am about to start another meeting, so I can't stay.
No doubt. Well, you at least get to hear Etta Fly say hello before you go, because she's just coming up to the stage.
Oh, yeah, I need to hear it.
Wait. Etta Fly, you better not say nothing. Hey, Etta Fly.
What up, though?
Yeah.
Y'all are so
I miss you, Etta Fly.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what happened. Like, I'm sitting up here all these mornings, like, what's going on? And just today, I get a notification. Just today for the first time. So I said, let me jump in here real quick, because I'm just like, what happened to everybody?
Right.
What up, though, everybody? Yeah.
What up, Etta Fly? Oh my goodness, so much has happened, Etta Fly. So much has happened.
I know. I need to catch up because I'm like, what is going on?
Right.
Like, the Clubhouse go away.
Right, because you love
Clubhouse to cease.
Right.
That's funny, Etta.
Oh,
seriously,
man.
I'm like, what is going on in these streets?
Yeah, so much has happened, Etta Fly. In fact, this would be a great time to refresh the room. So for everybody, that doesn't know, first of all, the easiest way to find out what happened and what's been happening, jump on my IG, look at like my most recent stuff. Like you're gonna see, okay. And so first thing was several weeks ago, I was on vacation and I took Street Serenades to Atlanta and took it to Myrtle Beach, and we had a great time. And then coming back from there, had a week of rest and recuperating, rejuvenating, and then the following week, my dear vehicle was stolen, as well as everything else in it. So I've been recovering from that, and boom, it's been so much stuff. But as you know, like you said, only way I'd be gone is if Clubhouse was gone. So I still been pushing forward in positivity, and I've been building so much with the community, so much, especially around the most recent events, and things have just gone to another level. If you all get a chance, again, you'll see it in my top row on my Instagram post. Look at those videos, look at that expression. It's probably going to take you down to the second row because you're going to see and you're going to follow the story. But man, oh man, it's been a time, and I've been making it a great time, pushing forward. Etta Fly, oh my gosh. I can't explain to you how good it is to see you. Oh my gosh. What up, though?
I know. And then I just went and clicked on your profile, and I wasn't even following you. And this is
what the fuck? Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
yeah, that's why I was wondering what was going on.
Like
I inbox people like, is the show still happening? To re-follow you again. Like, I don't understand what happened. That's how I get my notifications in the morning,
right.
And now I'm not. So
it's
I don't know what's happening.
It's the only time in life you'll ever hear me say, I believe in the devil.
Right. Right, exactly. I don't know what's going on. So anyway,
oh my God.
What up, though, to everybody in the
what
room?
Up,
those I don't know, those I do know. Hey, Coco.
Edify, I miss you so much. Oh my gosh, we have to connect. I gotta go on in a meeting.
I know, we do. I know.
And Jordan, it looks just like my Jordan. I just saw a picture of my Jordan, and Jordan looks like Jordan. And I said, Jordan, I sent you some music from Jordan. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. I gotta go. Let me get back.
We love you, Coco.
We love you, Coco.
Oh man, Edify. Oh my goodness. Tell us if you got a minute or two as you're taking on the world. Tell us, please, in the life of Edify. What up, though? Would it be? What's going on?
I always say nothing, which is kind of like my signature response, which means absolutely everything. It means everything. So I am I'm helping a friend right now out in Nebraska.
Right.
Do some things. So I'm actually packing my bag right now to fly back to Detroit. I need to be at the airport in like 30 minutes. So I'm like repacking my bag. I came out here with just a few things in a book bag. So I am packing it and getting on a flight to go back to Detroit. So
on
that's
the
what's happening
move
to me right now.
Right. Well, I like your whole lot of nothing because it's a whole lot. That's amazing, though.
Something, but I just say nothing.
Oh man, it's so good. I hope life has been treating you well. You know, I hope all is well. Like, you know, just in this day-to-day thing that we're doing. You know.
Yeah, all is well. You know, all is well.
Yes.
All is well that isn't well but is well. You know, so we good.
Well.
Oh my God.
Edify, I was checking out your Instagram. I love your style.
Yes.
Your outfits are amazing. You look gorgeous. And I just wanted to say that you look so fantastic. I love your style. It's so beautiful.
Well, thank you, Maria. I appreciate that.
She's so flat. She's so flat. She doesn't know it yet, but she is my wardrobe consultant and we haven't had a session yet, so because of the pandemic. But she's gonna redress me completely.
Edify, that's no lie. When I tell you, like, you know, I've been a person that's been into just artisticness for a while now. I mean, the way you do it is really, really like no other. And I know that goes without saying, but like real talk, colors of you, like serendipity plus intention equals life, right? Colors. And that's the track that's playing in the background. Jay Dilla, Colors of You. Edify, the way you put together colors. My mom is very similar with how she puts together different styles, patterns, and colors. Yeah, your style is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm not, again, I ain't just saying that. That shit is ridiculous.
Makes me want to sing. Is that song, right? Edda, this is for you. The colors of you.
Okay, Coco.
The colors of you.
You better sing. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, you know, if you didn't know you had a fan club in life you're reminded every damn time you're here. We love you so much.
Well, I appreciate y'all. I'm happy to see y'all kind of, sort of, and know everything is well or well enough.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. Good times, family. Good times. Well, family, you know, we done chopped it up about, first of all, I started off, let me give you a quick recap. Started off this room, got a chance to meet a new friend from Libya, the brother Mota. We hung out, serendipity, boom. That unfolded to us digging in about legacy again and just continuing to talk about what it means as far as legacy to us, and then also significantly to us as parents, you know, chopping it up about those things. I also introduce you all to Beth and Dave today, two heroes in my life right now, in the midst of all the heroes that I've been pouring into over the years since 2007, who have now showed up for me. And I'm actually going to show you all them one more time as we get out of here. If you're not with me on Facebook, I'm at Aaron Hill TV. And once again, these are my new friends, Beth and Dave, who were kind enough, generous enough, tribe-like enough to see my story and decide to donate to me a free car in order to help me out with my efforts. Love y'all so much. And everybody on Facebook, 219 people, 136 comments, all the people that have been celebrating them with me. I love y'all so much. Thank you, Paula Hutchison. Thank you, Wardell. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Asake. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, everyone. Keep celebrating them. They said, they were like, oh my gosh, we're so embarrassed, all this attention. I'm like, you deserve it. You all are great. We're great together. And I want the world to see what goodness and love and giving will bring you. So those are my new friends. And then, you know, we continue to chop it up here. Today, everybody, if you're in the DMV area, I will be at the Roland Park Farmers Market, Street Serenade number 128. Taking my piano to the streets once more in this concert flow, this series, this just sharing with the people. I'll be at the Roland Park Farmers Market from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Come hang out with me. Of course, it's free. It's societal in its exchange. And then Saturday, I'll be at Ellicott City. I'm back with the trio at the B&O Railroad Museum. Can't wait, y'all. Can't wait. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a Clubhouse Piano Serenade like I always do. We're back to it tomorrow night. So I hope y'all join me tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so I'm just happy to see you all. Before we get out of here, Tara T, if you'd like to come to the stage, by all means, we'd love to say hey. And if not, thank you so much for just hanging out with us. I hope that you enjoyed the conversation. And most of all, I hope that you have an incredible day today on purpose. On purpose. So we're about to hit that 11:11. What's up, Maria? I love you so much. I'm so glad to see you.
Me too. I really want to acknowledge you. I want to acknowledge you for living everything that you express. You know, those quotes that you post that are so brilliant and mind-blowing and have us really reflect on life. You live them. You don't just post them. You actually implement them in your own life. And to see your loss that you had in the way that you responded to it is just extraordinary. I've just recently watched your Instagram, your first video that you posted about when it just happened, you know, when your van was just stolen. And for you to be doing the street serenade still, and for you to be just out there pouring your love into the world, that's just, again, it's you falling in love with the process and the progress and choosing it every day. That's what it looks like in real life, what you're doing right now. And so I really want to acknowledge you for being such an extraordinary human being and living what you say and being an example, because it's really, really powerful. So thank you. I love you.
Oh my goodness. So filled up. I love you too, Maria, and thank you so much. Like, it really means the world. It really, really does. You know, when amazing things happen in life, I'm never surprised, just because of my awareness and just how I continue to try to go to the next level as far as awareness. I'm never surprised, but I'm always amazed, because life is filled with amazing things. And so thank you so much for pouring that into me, Maria, because it really means the world. It really, really, really does. And thank you for holding up a mirror to me. And I see that in you. I see that in Edify. I see that in Jordan. I see that in Sherry. I see that in Tara, T, Coco, like everybody. And it's the reason why I show up in the way that I do. Because like attracts like. And everybody, I love y'all so much. So thank you for that. And it's always good to see you. Always good to hear your voice. And so to you, Maria, to you, Jordan, Edifly, T, Tara, Sherry. Yeah, we're about to get on to a great day today. This has been a great start, and I thank y'all so much for helping to be able to create this experience and to move it forward in that way. And to everybody that has and continues to hang out with me over here on Facebook and everywhere else, YouTube, the whole nine. I appreciate you all so much. If you want to, right now, because of the things that I lost, I just got my ID back, and so here on Clubhouse, I can't accept the tips or anything like that here until my license comes back through. So it's going to be several days. If you want to share my GoFundMe, it's on my Instagram. It's in my Instagram bio, the top link in my bio. And those that are on Facebook, you see it all over Facebook. So by all means, continue to share my story, because all I care to do, as soon as it happened to me, I immediately was like, okay, I moved straight into the mode of how to turn this around to equal something positive, because I just know I have the ability to do that, because I've been given the gift from my mom at an early age, who paved the way as far as self-expression and supporting that kind of confidence and understanding of myself, and then putting it into practice. I've had amazing things that have grown from there, businesses and relational wealth, so all I care to do anytime I ask for anything as a giver is just to give everything. So even in sharing my story, the goal is to just show the positivity, how people come together and what can happen if you just keep putting one foot forward. I don't put a foot forward because I know everything is going to work out in a way that feels good. I put my foot forward in the way that I do because what the hell else is there to do? For me, it's just, I just got to strive forward. I just have to. That's just what it is. So I thank you all for that. And I thank you for how you mirror that to me every day in your own lives, which is why I love talking to you, checking in with you, and most of all, standing in accountability with you. I see your true colors shining through, and that's why I love you. So with that, I just want to say to Edifly, Jordan, Sherry, Maria, Tara, T, I hope y'all have a great day today. And if you're around tomorrow, can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Let's open up our microphones and let's just affirm each other as we have an amazing day today. Have a great one, family. Have a great
Beautiful
day, everybody.
Love you all. Love you, family.
Peace and blessings, everybody.
Same to you, fam. Peace.